forgot to tell you, yesterday, Joe had the trailer hooked up, so I put her on.
You did?
Yeah.
Nice. And she just went right on?
Yeah, a little bit. Now she went right up. Like backing up the car, 5-10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't want to back out.
And it's hard to know
and there was no divider, so it was confused too.
So, and another hard point is because sometimes, I mean, it's a rent, the rent trail, right? The horse, when they go down, because horses, they don't have a notion about jeeps and height. They have to stop, smell, figure it out, and then they step. And her, because she's pretty green, she's young, probably when she steps back, that she feels that, okay, I will go down, she will, I don't know what's behind me. And until they get confident. But you did it perfect. That's the right moment to do all those things.
Yeah. And today, when I had the pad on after we were done, I dropped the mounting block next to her. I climbed up, and I just slumped my whole body over, and she just went.
A little dangerous, but okay.
That was it. She did one little
step, and
that was it.
That's very good. That's so good. But, hey, you're gonna go over? All right. Have a great night. Thank you. All right, I will pick up his brother real quickly. Right over here. And I will come to get on him. This guy is good.
Yeah,
Hey, okay.
There's so many. Especially with the nails on. Yeah. It's pretty cool. They're coming with work.
Huh?
He's talking about the donkeys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're just sitting in the corner. You're just sitting outside of this.
I am forgetting everything. Oh no, what did you get now?
Oh, the whip?
Oh, yes.
What's that?
I can't remember.
It's usually right here.
Yeah.
All right.
Jacques, because I have been work very bad with him over there. And today, spoken meeting in the first day of the Saturday, and I was keeping the same line of defense until figured it out. You have to understand, because nobody can practice They are better. But trying to not push you too much, let it go.
That's speed.
Huh?
That's speed.
Yeah. So that's how we fix horses when they are pushing too much, making a lot of correction and bridle, and pulling wants to run, change the direction. So that is one way that we use, that we give the opportunity for the horse to release his feet, then we release the whole fraction. So what happens, he learns by himself with a little bit from our help. You know what I mean? And that's the way they learn more, because it's one way that they are doing by themselves, and they are feeling all the pressure gone. You know what I mean? You know, you start meaning this like, okay, I think it's right. Because no pressure, where's the fight? If you are not having exercise, no pressure, because he did something right. So, and he's gonna want to be in that situation more than on the situation to be on the side. Charge. Horses don't want to be charged. But one time that you find the way that you ask him something, give you one answer, then you leave him by himself. For him, this is aggression and release. So you went on his space and you get off. The time that when you win, the time that they don't want you over there. They don't want you doing what you do. When you stop, there will be relaxing time for him. Okay, you breathe and have a couple minutes to think. Then you repeat, you watch him again, and he will answer you. Depends how you answer, you do the same thing. You leave it. You're out the way to go. And you keep working like that. You can teach your horse to do anything. Everything that comes in your mind. You think, okay, so I think I can teach to my horse. You can teach. Of course, horse training helps a lot. You can make any horse that you don't give a hard time, but you can do it. You know what I mean? So, and with that, the thing about you give and you take off is what makes the horse learn. So, for example, how they train dogs. So, they show something, and when the dog will be right, you need to take it. Our trick here is expression. So, every time you did your dog, you relax, boy. I won't bother you. That's all. Like if he are standing here, I won't push him to do anything. I want to dig. Because the people have to be able to get on him and talk with the other people and not be stressed by, oh, I have to hold my horse. I have to hold my horse all the time. You know what I mean? And we have donkeys. He's a Mr. Personality guy. So with those donkeys over there, he was going to be trying to go there all the time. And they are just saying, this is super. This is good. And we respect it. I'm your horse if you, because horses training, it is a little thing. A little thing that you look and other people don't see. But you are seeing and have control. So you do that. And you start pushing. And the horse start respecting you because they are not associated what you are doing with a good thing. They are confused. Happy, you need to fight to figure it out. And they will know that you're going to drive them, you're going to see them, you're going to walk, you're going to trot, you're gonna be on his back. You have to respect you first, then the other thing comes about. That's what we are working on all day. Respect. Now we are going to exercise. We are jumping on progress. When she stops, she acts on herself. Somebody riding her. One way that you can't come back. If you come back, you can probably move back up. That's it. You have to keep going. Still the end of the train.
Over there?
When I was just saw his ears blinking, he made this. It is behind the door, right?
I think so. I think it's in here, underneath that.
I probably it's not for the right thing.
He probably smells here. I can hear him eating.
Huh?
He's chewing something.
Chewing something?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a rabbit.
They probably pick up egg and chew in his home.
Yeah. It probably is a rabbit.
Huh?
Rabbit?
Yeah. Oh, a rabbit.
Yeah.
It's easy. Saturday, we go back here, we're going to see a different course. Okay,
If I can.
huh?
If I can make it, I will.
You're going to see a different course. Then we will learn like suspension is too hard. I feel like have this rein. So just checking on. So a little bit of suspension differences. You have a small horse like this. I'm not telling that he's small, but the size is different, right? When you have a horse like that, just think that you have to pay a lot of attention. You're going to see it over here. You have a wide, a wide space between the shoulders, right? This will make cross the hand be difficult for him, more than other horses. Another point is that you see the distance between the shoulders to the back. Right here in the middle will be hard for him to do. So this horse will have difficulty tours. You will probably through the back if I'm not taking care. Every time that you have seen, have you paid attention when I was making him cross the hand like this? Well, I work this flexion, and I send him inside the circle all the time, holding a little bit the outside rein, making, like I say, a reverse circle. But I want him to look there and go in. Then when I have this, I'll turn in the other direction, making them all the time move from outside to inside. See how nervous you get? And then I'll slow down. Then now, slowing down, I will work on the part of the inside. So I'll push him in. Slowly. I don't want to try to stand him on his feet. You just saw the hands crossing. This is to release the shoulders, make him be more flexible. And I work inside his ribs all the time. Because, think with me, if you pick up, let's say, you know those things that if you push the back, like is a wire, or spring?
Yeah.
If you take a long one and you have stirred, it's more easy, right?
Yeah.
But if you take of the same metal, a short one, it will be hard, right? More pressure. Same thing with the horse. When we talk about curve, it's the same way. We have this whole part. When we want to make this more small the horse, more short is this one part, more hard will be for him. So more disengagement, more flexion, I have to work on this horse. Because if I not do that, lay in the road, you're gonna be like this. You wanna curve to this way, you will send the button over there. You wanna curve to this way, you will send the button over there. If you wanna hang it straight, you will be like this all the time. The way that was supposed to be on the back, you transfer everything to the front. And this force will be heavy. Very, very heavy. And if I not take care, you will stand up the head, get this part stronger, that will make more hard to be right. So if you not have experienced people to get on him and back him on the right track, what's going to happen is nobody will be able to use him. Because how you can ride a horse that wants to run, has a lot of energy, and you have to grab like this on the rein. This is not the right. You know what I mean? So that's why it's very important when we have a horse like this size horse, you work a lot on his ribs, on the shoulder, from spreading weight to the back. You saw every time that I stop, I'll give 1 or 2 steps back. This is another point. Every time that you stop your horse, he has to wait for you and not keep trying to do something. So you back up and you change the direction. What's going to happen with your horse mind? Every time that you stop, you will think back. So he's going to use more time. It will be easier to transfer the weight to the back and use the time because you're going to have the art. You won't think forward, you have to push the people when you stop him. Because when the horse are thinking on keep going, when you try to stop, when you pull on the people, what's going to happen? You will make this. Because he's trying to anticipate what he thinks that he's going to do. He tries to stop, he will release his feet, but he will keep walking. Okay. One time that my horse, it is thinking from back, I have this whole part wide open. So I'm able to do more things over here. And he's not going to have so much contact on his mouth. That's the most important part. Because so much contact, what's going to happen is the horse will be bothered from your hand and he will start getting mad. And he will start fighting with you and fighting with you and start showing up more problems because he are not comfortable in that situation. So one time I have my horse thinking on that. He are comfortable. I'm not dealing with his mouth all the time. He are relaxed. And how I get in this point? Making those back ups. Every time you stop, think back, sit, keep on the saddle, up and 1, 2, 6. That's all. And then you're going to keep walking, change the direction. For him not associate, keep going. Especially when you have a horse that have a lot of energy, like him. A horse that is wagging all the time. It's like, boom, let's go. Oh, he flies. You know what I mean? So with horses like this, you have to calm him down much more. Because calm down, he's going to have energy. Think about without calming down. So we have to work thinking on everything on back. Everything on back. Stop, back up. You're going to do it. 1, 2 steps. Send him over. Never try to do this. I'm not doing anymore. Just for correction. If you do this, correction is not to make him keep going on this way. Because, like we said, we already have a small horse. If you let him fall on the shoulder, you pull this side all the time, it will be bad because every time that you be in a cannon or they are doing a trot or you are trying to do a circle, you will practically in the middle. But lifting up the shoulders right here, standing him straight, right direction, holding outside all the time. So I will have release. Able to move the shoulder. That's what I did the girl that rides Melina on Saturday. So I told her the same thing. Because Melina needs a lot of that. If you look Melina, she's strong. She's very strong. She needs a lot of flexion. Because if we not do that, she will send it back all the time. Think about it. You are trying to open a gate or you are in the show and you have to make a curve to be there. You're trying to send your horse on the right direction, but the back of your horse are going to a different direction. And this will cause serious problems on your direction, on your end on the track. So the horse has to be straight, firm. You stand him here, you go here. So those are those points that any horse, no matter size, no matter breed, no matter anything, if you take, you can train this way, and you're never going to have trouble. Another point, so this is more deep, like when you are training, you have some reason, you're going to roll, you're going to make something, and you want your horse to perform high, so we have broke that I call a high broke. I'm not going to do the complete broke here, but I'll pull his head up like this to break this one right here. We're going to do that with the baby when she's ready. With the different feet, we make this so they have to break down here. She will be able to like one range. So you stand here, she will jump there. You know what I mean? You stand here, she will jump there. And that's the right way to direct the horse. If you make this, you will send it back all the time. If not, so we have to work a lot. If I let, he does. And this makes horses fall on the ground. Because they will send it back. The foot is not good. It's a wet grass, it's a hard ground, it's weak, the back fall. You have to be straight, firm, going with the front. You're hanging on the back and do it. Like the spin, like the roll back. Well, let's walk.
You ready for him to go?
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah. Yes, he does.
Yeah, but doing that with the baby when I saw, because I'm starting to get used to.
Yeah, this is very good. And it's important because if we don't have those little things with the horse, is where problems start to show up. You're going to walk with the horse starts trespassing you, or stepping on you, you try to correct, they get mad. So, because what happens? They think they own the situation. And not. When you grab here, you are on the situation. So everything that happens is your responsibility. So, and horses don't have this thing. So when you let him do a little thing, and tomorrow you let him doing a little more, and then a little more, this thing will grow.
Yeah, like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, you're gonna be under his rulers, and not his under yours. You know what I mean? Right, buddy? Ready to back to this all?
I treat all animals like they're very, like, highly intelligent 5-year-olds. I get mad and then I'm like, you know what? They're just like a little kid.
Yeah, exactly. So if you get mad, what happens? Everything gets into trouble because they don't understand our feelings. They get mad, they are not liking our situation, but we saying everything on our own words. You know what I mean? They don't have idea what you're talking about. And what happens? We let our emotions come out. Those guys turn more nervous because they don't understand what's going on. You know what I mean? And when a human, this is a human thing. When we get mad, what happens is we are not clear most of the time. Especially for those guys. And there's a time that you have to stop, breathe, because nobody is Iron Man. We can get mad with some situations. That's normal. But the thing is, when you get mad, you have to know and breathe, let all the energy come out, restart. You have to be neutral with the horse. All the time. Okay, we are buzzing. Wait, you have to stop at one point. And when he stops, you start showing him another way. Because we don't train horses. They are already born knowing how to walk, drop, dinner, stop, eating. We just help them learn what we want that they do. You can measure the whole thing. Go there, pick up the horse, and train it to make what we want. So we have to be patient with them. You know what I mean? We have to be very patient. And the good part of be patient is you start to be clear, your horses start into, and you start to resume quickly. You see, this horse was on the bareback ride that they did come, and now it is on the saddle like a normal. Like he has been on the saddle every day. In a week. You're gonna see the baby. Baby, when she gets on the saddle, the things will happen like this. Boom, 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 boom. Like in a month, you're gonna see what? She got this whole program. She will share it. When the horse gets in this point, we have to be careful with one very important thing. Our ego. Another feeling that shows up in this moment. Because you see him here. He starts doing good. Right? I start abusing him. He drives more and more and over right. He's mine. You don't have brain for that. That's many exercise. I'll go over there and he makes some amazing stuff. What I'm supposed to do is get off, release saddle, take the saddle off and put him back on the stall. What I'm doing, go again and again and again. And I don't know because I'm not on his body. He can feel a high, he can feel a hand, and then this horse won't stop the same anymore. What's going to happen is he will start giving me hard time because my ego, I thought I did a good job, and not him that did perform really well and learn it. What I do, I keep trying. 2 hours later, you have a horse with trauma, a lot of problems, you are tired, your horse are soaking wet, and tomorrow you have to restart everything that you have done in a month. You know what I mean? Because you messed up with everything. In just one ride, you can do that. That's why we have to be neutral. Oh, you did a good job. No, I don't do a good job. The horse learned what he had to learn. Good job for him because he was very smart. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Because what happened? This horse can be good, can be bad, can be everything. But he never will walk from his place to bother you or to bother you. Or bother you. Never. I'm going to walk on his way of attention. So that's the thing that gets everything settled. When you learn this, you start putting your horse on his place, and you stand on your place. So that's why I'm very clear, and I don't mind if I need to wet on his back a little bit sometimes, because I know his place, and I know mine. And what you agree? I hope so. Because when this happens, when you respect the horse, and you start seeing the respect from the horse to you, things start happening, and everything gets wonderful. You can tell from the baby. When she are answering everything, she got looking at and stopping, right in the exact moment that you say you don't have to go over and push harder. It's wonderful. It looks like you have a remote control in your hand. But no, it's just because you respect them, and he starts respecting you too, because they know people let the back mentality out. They make us run over this fence quickly. But on the first time that you get here, today, I never bullied him. I never went hard on him and like crazy and make him do things that he had never have done. No. Okay, he was difficult on this thing. I give him a moment and let him try. He did good. Whoa, okay, that was good. Let's see the other side. He not did it. And we have to know the difference when we are being just effect, like they are just challenging you. You have to separate that, because the day that he tried to test you is the day that you have to back to your place. And he has to back. Or he will feel the consequence. You know what I mean? So basically horses is easy to train. Very easy. The hard part is us. We get all the emotions in and don't put out. Ego, mad, too happy, loud, everything. Nothing works for the horses like work for us. If it was working for the horses like to us, we was not getting on his back. He was working on our side. You know what I mean? But no. God used those guys and made us able to get on. So we have to respect them, and they have to respect us. Right? Ready to back to this home?
I don't came out mine blue today.
You did? Oh, she sent me a picture of you and her back. How was it?
I think Emma could do better at luncheon.
Okay.
Because the blue went to Terry and Emma just kind of took off. But I think Blue's going to think,
Back. Oh, yeah. Yeah. and
that's usually like when baby, when she's in the knee, that's what I do.
Oh.
When she's fun on Emma wears.
No. It's I don't know how I can do it, but
Soon enough, the baby's gonna be the best penalty for us.
oh,
Maybe a week or two.
because you have been trained.
Yeah.
And school was supposed to be the same way. You lunch every single day, and I told them this. I don't know why she are not doing that, because not, oh, that thing is from the book, from Saturday.
Nothing.
Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, good Lord. It was with us. Goldy came here. Very, very.
Better than the
Yeah. But he was one, yeah, he was one. After, so, he got way much sweeter.
Huh?